Hi, this is Darren from ALO Upholstery and Interiors. Today I'm going to show you how to upholster this leather tufted ottoman. So the bottom here looks like this. I've used plastic webbing. It comes like this in a roll. So I put another fabric on top of the webbing, and then I'll be using 1-inch firm foam. Adding the 1-inch firm foam gives it a little bit more of a puff to it when I do start putting the buttons in. This is the type of foam glue that I'll be using to spray on the foam. Now I'm cutting the 1-inch foam on an angle using a Bosch foam saw. I'll be cutting this all around the side. For all around the sides, I'll be using 1-inch firm foam. Now I'm going to flip it on the other side, and I'm going to mark it where I want the buttons to be at. I'll be using 6 buttons only, but you could always add more if you like. Now I'll be using 4.5-inch firm foam for the top. So I like to make sure I put a lot of glue on the side of the edge so it doesn't push in when I do put the leather on. So now I'll be using a 12-inch needle like this and a marker, so I mark it on foam to drill it out. The reason why I drill out the foam is so it's easy to pull the button down. I'll be using a 1-inch foam saw like this to drill out the foam with a drill. So I'll be drilling it completely down and then taking out the foam. Now I'll be wrapping fiber all around the foam so it gives it a nice soft feel to it. So here on the leather, I marked it on the other side. This is how it looks. So the total width of each vertical lines and horizontal lines should be only 1 inch. So each inner square should equal the distance from each hole from button to button. So each 4 corners you want to cut off the fabric like this amount so it's not so pointy. So once I cut it off, this is how it looks like. So for all around the bottom sides, you want to make sure each distance from sewing seam to seam is the same distance as the top part. So you want to do this to all 4 sides, the same thing. So this is the total height I need to cut off. So this is the shorter side. I've marked it the same thing as the long one, making sure the seam is the same distance as the top. Now we'll be following the marked line and using that as a guide. So you want to sew it from top to the bottom all the way down. So this is how it looks like when we're done sewing the two long sides. After that, we'll be doing the shorter sides. And this is how you're gonna sew for the side bottom band, just straight. So now you want to make sure the bottom band is lined up to the top material. So when I do set it up, I like to lock all four corners first, and then I like to go in the middle afterwards. So I like to lock a few staples where the stitchings are. So I'll be using a die to cut out the leather. This is how it comes out. So this will be the bottom part of the button. I'll be using a die like this for the top part. So the wrong side of the leather will be facing me, and I'll be using a shell like this. So after compressing it in together, this is how it looks like. So I'll be using a 2-pound nylon string like this with a 12-inch needle. So now I'm using a piping like this to tie the button down. So I personally like to lock the buttons down first and see how far it goes down, and then I like to upholster the whole thing afterwards. So I'll be doing all the four corners first and then the middle. Now I'm using black lining for the bottom. So here's how the finished product looks like. So thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, please give us a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you, bye.